So welcome everybody, Mayor Mandel, Deputy Mayor Joe Duffy, Councilmember Nick Grasso, Councilmember Cook, Councilmember Nan Moss, and all of our department heads, media, representatives from different unions. So welcome. So I think before we get started into the budget itself, I just want to set up how we got here today. So back during the summer months, each department head meets with our city chamberlain, goes through their needs, their wants for the upcoming year. So Charmaine sits with them, goes through everything. Then she and I sit down together and work on a budget. Just so everybody knows, when Charmaine and I began the budget process, there was a $4.1 million gap on where we needed to be for today. Once we go through everything, we meet with a budget committee. Years ago, Elmira City Council requested a budget committee be put together with representatives from City Council, where Charmaine, myself, and 2 members from City Council would work to get us to where we are today. So the mayor, as well as deputy mayor, participated in the committee with Charmaine and I, and after countless hours starting from the beginning of summer until actually just an hour ago, this is what brings us to today. So that's the back history of how we begin the budget process. So just looking over the past 12 months, I do just want to recap. In 2022, we ended the year great financially, and we ended up with a general fund balance of $7.15 million. And again, that's really the work of all of us, all of our department heads, everybody in the Chamberlain department. So I really and truly do appreciate having that fund balance. In addition, over the past 12 months, S&P upgraded the city of Elmira's bonding rating to an A-, which is stable. We continue to spend monies through the American Rescue Plan. We have completed our property rehab program. We've completed the business and nonprofit programs. We are coming up to the end of funding 2 additional police officers with the city of Elmira through ARP funding. And we will continue to work on large tourism awards, as well as water and sewer projects that are currently underway. After the meeting, City Council and some department heads will give you the booklet that we have. It's over in Linda's office, but you're going to see it pointed or spread out a little differently this year. So our general fund costs the city $37.8 million in expenses, and we do anticipate revenues of $37.8 million. We have another tab for community development where revenue and expenses remain at $506,000. An ARP fund, revenues at $16.6 million, expenses at $16.6 million. So what that does is it gives the city of Elmira a grand total of $54.9 million in revenues and $54.9 million in expenses. But what we're focusing on for the budget presentation would be the general fund, which is again the $37.8 million. So in 2024, we are proposing a 2% tax increase. In addition, we will utilize $1.9 million out of our fund balance. Our sanitation rates will remain flat, and we will anticipate $6.1 million in sales tax money, as well as $4.6 million in AIM money from the state of New York. I think it's important to focus on the 2%, and I think it's important that we break it down. What does that mean to real property tax owners? So in the city of Elmira, if your home is assessed at $50,000, over last year or over current year to next year, a 2% would be an annual increase of $27.93 or $2.33 monthly. And as you go down and see a higher assessment, If your home in the city is assessed at $100,000, you're going to see an annual increase of $55.86, which is $4.65 per month. So I think we have to focus on what does 2% actually mean. It's not going to be thousands and thousands of dollars to the individuals that have property within the city of Elmira. And if you're fortunate enough to have an assessed home at $395,000 in the city of Elmira, your annual increase is $220 or $18.39 per month. So I think it's important that we highlight what 2% actually means. Next year, we will continue to provide city services to our residents in a professional and reliable manner. The proposed budget does fill all positions in each department in the city of Elmira. So we will have full staff as long as we solicit individuals and hire them for positions, and that is our goal for next year. We will accomplish additional capital projects with the aid of grant funding, and we also hope to either improve or maintain our current bond rating that the city currently has. Revenues are very difficult to generate for the city of Elmira. 45% of revenues do come from real property taxes. So again, the 2% is about $313,000 of new revenue into the budget for next year. Also, all unions are currently under contract. We do have PBA negotiations that are underway. Their contract does expire at the end of this year. But again, Charmaine and I continue to meet with them to come to a contract. In 2024, we'll continue to see economic development within the city of Elmira. We will continue to utilize ARP funds for tourism within the city of Elmira. Restore New York community programs have been awarded $1.75 million, where money is going towards the Booth School rehab, which will be market rate housing, and then Reynolds Way, which is managed by Arbor Housing and Development for affordable housing, which is actually right across the street, kitty cornered from the city, from City Hall. In addition, the city did submit an application for a $10 million DRI funds to help assist on the south side of Elmira. We had a committee that went to Binghamton last week that did a presentation. I thank Emma for her hard work in submitting the application on behalf of the city. And we will have an announcement in March of 2024 if we are successful in achieving that. Capital projects, $12 million in capital projects will be proposed for 2024. 43% of that money does come from the state. 28% does come from federal. 27% we will go out to bond, which is $3,296,000. So it is less than what we went for bonding last year. Just as a recap, highlight again the property tax increase of 2%. I'll be more than happy to go over that chart again if anybody is interested. We will utilize $1.9 million towards of the fund balance to help get us to a zero budget in 2024. We will continue to develop the community. We look forward to new economic opportunities within the city of Elmira for 2024. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that participated with the budget process, including department heads, but most importantly, our city chamberlain and her department that got all of this together today for us. So thank you. If you have any questions, I will be happy to hopefully answer them. What the next process will be for city council is first we'll have you pick up your books. This Friday we do have a capital budget meeting from 12 to 2, and then over the next 2 weeks we have operating budget meetings where City Council will come, make suggestions, recommendation, ask questions, etc. And then in January, we will have a public hearing, and then hopefully the budget will be approved and implemented at possibly the second meeting in January. Thank you. Any questions? Okay, thank you.